Now, hundreds of people are fighting plans to significantly increase the cost of having an allotment plot in Bristol. The City Council is also proposing other changes and new charges for those who enjoy growing their own food.
Protesters have descended on City Hall tonight to demand that plans are halted until at least after the local elections in May. And our reporter Richard Payne is also there. Richard, we can see behind you is a huge turnout. What sort of changes are planned?
Well, Alex, allotment holders aren't usually prone to protest, are they? But as you say, they have turned out in force tonight. They are so incensed by the City Council's proposals. Chief amongst them, I think, is a doubling of the amount they pay for their plots if these proposals go through. An action group has been formed to fight that. 5,000 people have signed a petition already against them. The organiser of the group is Holly Wyatt. Holly, just tell us, what's your chief concern with what's proposed?
I think there's a lot of concerns from people. I think the affordability for so many of us, whether we can keep our plots, whether new tenants will be able to take them on, along with a lot of environmental concerns about cutting down trees, charging for installing ponds, wanting to take down glass to replace it with plastic in greenhouses. I think there's a whole range of concerns.
Just tell us how important an allotment is to you and to all these people here. What difference does it make?
It's phenomenally important. You know, I organised the petition online and we've had so many comments saying it's people's haven, it's their sanctuary. It really helps with their mental health. And for us, particularly during COVID, it was such an oasis. And it just means the world to so many of us, as you can see.
Yes. And will some people actually be telling you that they will have to give up those plots? I mean, there are about some 4,000 in the city, 8,000 people on the waiting list. It's certainly a very popular pastime, isn't it? But people will have to give up, will they?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we ourselves would have to look at whether we can afford our plots anymore. Our rent is over doubling. And I was chatting to a lovely lady who's got Parkinson's, and because of the charge for co-tenanting, she might not be able to keep her plot with her husband anymore. It's going to have such a huge impact on those that really need these plots for their mental health, for their well-being, for everything.
Holly Wyatt, thank you very much for joining us. Well, we did ask the City Council for comment. A short time ago, I spoke to Councillor Ellie King. She said these rent increases are necessary after years of keeping them as they were.
We need to remember that between 2018, when the rents last went up, and to the day that this will be enacted, which will be another 12 months from when it goes through Cabinet, that will be 7 years. So I think over that period, if you consider that, it's not that considerable amount of money. And people have about 15 months between now and then in order to adapt to that new change.
Well, many of these people will be going into the allotment forum in the City Hall tonight to discuss these plans with the Council. A consultation will continue until the end of the month, and then once all those views are gathered, the Council have to make a decision. If they do pass these changes, they won't come into effect for another 12 months. But for the strength of feeling here tonight, those people are determined that they don't go ahead.
Yes, in fine voice there as well. Richard, thank you very much.
Yes, it was quite